Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to Moments with Sky. Have you ever put on one outfit, looked in the mirror, and thought, wow, I look amazing? Then you change into another outfit, and somehow your entire shape seems different. Same woman, same body, same day. So what changed? The clothes? The truth is, clothing can completely change the way our proportions appear. The cut of a jacket, the placement of a waistline, the weight of a fabric, the length of a pair of trousers, and even where a top ends can all influence whether an outfit visually lengthens your body or makes it appear wider. And no, looking slimmer does not mean you have to wear black from head to toe every single day. There are much more interesting ways to do it. So today, let's talk about some of the most effective styles, fabrics, and simple styling tricks that can help create a longer, leaner, beautifully balanced silhouette. And remember, ladies, this is not about changing your body. It's about learning how to dress the body you have in a way that makes you feel fabulous. Let's start with something incredibly important: fit. One of the biggest misconceptions about dressing to look slimmer is that you should hide underneath oversized clothing. But sometimes, oversized clothing does exactly the opposite. When everything is extremely loose, your natural shape disappears, and the clothing can visually add volume. On the other hand, clothing that is extremely tight can pull across the body, create horizontal lines, and emphasize areas you may not necessarily want to highlight. The secret is somewhere in the middle. Look for clothing that skims the body, not squeezing, not swallowing you, skimming. A beautifully tailored blazer that gently follows your shape, a blouse that falls smoothly without clinging, straight leg trousers that glide over the hips, a dress that defines your waist without squeezing it. That kind of fit can make an enormous difference. Now let's talk about one of my favorite styling secrets: vertical lines. Vertical lines naturally encourage the eye to travel up and down instead of side to side, and that can visually lengthen your entire silhouette. But you don't necessarily need to wear striped clothing to create this effect. An open blazer creates two vertical lines down the front of your body. An open cardigan does the same thing. A long pendant necklace can create a subtle vertical line. Even a row of buttons running down the front of a dress can draw the eye vertically. Imagine dark, straight-leg jeans with a beautiful top and an open blazer. Simple, elegant, but those long lines created by the blazer can make the entire outfit appear more streamlined. Now, let's talk about trousers. If your goal is to create a longer, leaner appearance, straight leg and gently wide leg trousers can be wonderful choices. Look for trousers with a clean front and a smooth waistband. Too much gathering, bulky pleating, or oversized pockets around the waist and hips can sometimes add visual volume. High-rise or mid-rise trousers can also help create the appearance of longer legs, especially when your top is tucked in or gently tucked at the front. And here's another little trick. Try matching your shoes closely to the color of your trousers. Black trousers with black shoes, cream trousers with nude or beige shoes, dark jeans with dark loafers or pumps. When there isn't a dramatic color break between your trousers and shoes, the eye continues downward, which can make your legs appear longer. Next, let's talk about jeans. A beautiful pair of dark wash jeans is one of the easiest pieces to use when creating a streamlined silhouette. Dark indigo, deep navy, or clean black denim tends to look polished and creates an uninterrupted visual line. If you want a slimming effect, try jeans with minimal fading and distressing. Heavy whiskering or large faded patches across the thighs can draw attention horizontally. A clean, dark wash keeps the look simple and sophisticated. Pair those jeans with a beautiful blouse, a structured handbag, loafers or pumps, and perhaps a blazer. Suddenly, jeans look incredibly polished. Now, let's talk about tops. The neckline of your top can make more difference than you might think. V-necks, open collars, and soft scoop necks expose a little more of the neck and upper chest. which can visually lengthen the upper body. That doesn't mean every top has to be low cut. Even a simple button-down shirt with the top 1 or 2 buttons open can create that beautiful vertical V shape. If you prefer crew necks, you can still create length by adding a long necklace or wearing an open jacket over the top. Now, here's something many women overlook: where your top ends. If a top ends directly at the widest part of your hips, it creates a horizontal line right across that area. Instead, experiment with tops that finish slightly above or below your widest point. Sometimes moving a hemline just a few inches can completely change the proportions of an outfit. Now let's talk about dresses. Wrap-style dresses can be incredibly flattering because the diagonal lines guide the eye across the body while gently defining the waist. A-line dresses are another timeless option. They are fitted or shaped through the upper body and then gently flow away, creating beautiful balance. Shirt dresses with a belt can also be wonderful because you control exactly how much waist definition you want. And if you're wearing a belt, placement matters. Sometimes placing the belt slightly higher than your natural waist can visually lengthen the legs. But avoid pulling the belt so tightly that the fabric bunches dramatically. The goal is gentle definition, not squeezing. Now we need to talk about fabric, because fabric can completely change how an outfit sits on your body. For a smooth, streamlined appearance, look for fabrics with enough structure to hold their shape, but enough movement to drape beautifully. Think quality jersey, crepe, fine gauge knitwear, soft wool blends, smooth cotton blends, linen blends, and fabrics with a beautiful fluid drape. Very stiff fabrics can sometimes create extra volume. Very thin, clingy fabrics can reveal every line underneath. The sweet spot is often a medium weight fabric that glides over the body rather than sticking to it. And when wearing knitwear, finer knits generally create a smoother line than extremely chunky, oversized knits. You can absolutely wear chunky sweaters, but if your goal on a particular day is a more streamlined silhouette, a fine gauge sweater tucked neatly into tailored trousers can create a much cleaner line. Now let's talk about color. Yes, darker colors can visually recede. Black, navy, chocolate brown, charcoal, deep burgundy, forest green. But please don't think you have to live in dark colors to look slimmer. One of the most effective techniques is tonal dressing. That means wearing colors from the same color family. Cream with camel, chocolate with caramel, navy with cobalt, burgundy with soft wine tones. When the colors flow together instead of creating strong horizontal breaks, the eye moves smoothly from top to bottom, and that can create a beautifully elongated appearance. Monochromatic dressing works for exactly the same reason. And ladies, yes, you can wear bright colors. If you love red, wear red. If you love emerald green, wear emerald green. If you love pink, wear pink. It's not simply the color that matters. It's how you create proportion with the entire outfit. Now let's talk about prints. Print placement and scale matter. If you prefer a more streamlined look, smaller or medium scale prints often create a smoother visual effect than extremely large, widely spaced prints. Vertical patterns, elongated florals, and prints with a consistent background can also work beautifully. But never feel that you have to avoid prints. Style should still be fun. Now, here's one of my favorite finishing tricks: structure. Adding one structured piece can completely transform an outfit. A blazer, a tailored coat, a structured handbag, a beautiful trench coat. These pieces give an outfit definition. Imagine a simple t-shirt and jeans. Now add a beautifully cut blazer, a structured handbag, elegant loafers, and simple gold jewelry. Same basic outfit, completely different impression. The blazer creates vertical lines. The handbag adds polish. The shoes finish the silhouette. And suddenly everything looks intentional. And finally, let's talk about posture. Because you can wear every styling trick I've mentioned today, but the way you carry yourself still matters. Stand tall, relax your shoulders, lift your head, walk like you belong exactly where you are. Confidence changes an outfit in a way no fabric ever could. Ladies, your body does not have to be a certain size for you to dress beautifully. You don't have to wait until you lose 5 pounds. You don't have to wait until your waist changes. And you certainly don't have to hide yourself underneath clothing. Learn your proportions. Choose fabrics that drape beautifully. Use vertical lines. Pay attention to fit. Create balance. And wear the colors and clothes that make you feel fabulous. Because the goal isn't simply to look thinner. The goal is to look in the mirror and think, yes, this outfit works for me. And when you understand how clothing works with your body instead of against it, getting dressed becomes so much easier. You begin buying fewer pieces that sit untouched in your closet. You start recognizing the cuts that flatter you. And most importantly, you start dressing with confidence. Because here at Moments with Sky, we believe looking elegant doesn't have to mean spending a fortune. You can look polished, you can look sophisticated, you can look fabulous, and you can absolutely look luxe while spending less. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these styling tricks do you already use, and which one are you going to try the next time you get dressed? Let me know in the comments, because I love hearing what works for you. And if you enjoyed spending this time with me, I would truly appreciate your support. Please subscribe to Moments with Sky, like this video, leave a comment, and share it with another woman who might enjoy these tips. Every view, every like, every comment, every share, and every new subscriber helps my channel grow and allows me to continue creating more fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and affordable luxury content for you. Thank you so much for being here and supporting Moments with Sky. And remember, ladies, never dress because you think you need to hide your body. Dress to create the silhouette you love. Dress to feel beautiful. And most importantly, dress with confidence. Until next time, look luxe, spend less, and always wear your confidence.